All right, y'all. We back with another basketball and BS. In fact, we back with season 2. Season 2. We're gonna start talking about the 2016-2017 NBA basketball season, and of course, along the way, we will be talking about other sports as well as things come up and whatever the crazy BS that happens along the way. But you know what? This is why we're here. NBA first. And we're going to get right into it. So with that said, I'm here with Jason. I'm here with Harold. Marcel's out there getting ready to get some money. Get some show money.
Yeah.
So be safe out there, man. Out there, I think he's in Baltimore up next.
Be more.
And we hope y'all, listen to the show. Like it. Send us questions. Feel free to share it. With that, I'm going to pass it over to Harold.
What's going on, party people? Look, I can't contain my excitement. Season 2, baby. Basketball and BS. And first thing, man, look, I just want to thank you guys for sticking with us. We couldn't do it without y'all. If a handful of y'all didn't, give a crap about this, we wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? We do it for the people. So, my thing is, I woke up this morning, I was like, man, just a normal old Wednesday. Oh, no, it's not a normal old Wednesday. Well, first thing, American Horror Story is coming on tonight. The wife's all jacked about that. But outside of that, we're previewing our first 2 divisions. So, look, man, we're doing 2 divisions. One of the divisions, it has some of the teams I really want to talk about. I'm really excited about talking about. We have another division that, frankly, we just don't know what the hell's going on there. So, we gave it our best shot. But, look, man, I'm just super duper excited, man. This is going to be a hell of a year. I'm looking around the room. The 49ers are already in the dirt. The Saints are already in the dirt. Let's talk about some basketball.
We 1-1.
They 1-1.
We tied for the lead in our division.
0-2. Yeah, we're
right.
10% chance to make the playoffs with no defense.
Not
so yeah. So we about basketball right now.
Basketball. Yeah, man. So like I said, man, it's gonna be me, yours truly, Keith, JP. We about to do it. We're about to knock it down. Atlantic and Southwest divisions. We're gonna roll into the Atlantic division first. And we're going to start off with one of the more intriguing teams this year, a team that made a really big move that really boosted them up, and it should kind of catapult them to the top of the Eastern Conference. Talking about the Boston Celtics here. So just a little rundown for each one of these teams before we really get into them. I'm going to go over projected starters, go over their bench mob, then go over some of the key additions and departures. Now, I must note and say that if you get mad, it's like, oh, he forgot such and such. It's not that they don't exist, they're just not important. We're talking about key additions and key departures. So, with that said, projected starters for the Boston Celtics, Isaiah Thomas, Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, Al Horford, and Amir Johnson. Bench mob, we're looking at Marcus Smart, R.J. Hunter, Gerald Green, Jonas Jerebko, Kelly Olynyk, Jaylen Brown, and Tyler Zeller with them? Yeah, Tyler Zeller.
One of the Zellers.
Key additions, not a lot, but enough. I mean, the few moves they made were significant. Of course, getting Al Horford from Atlanta, the drafting of Jaylen Brown, the small forward out of Cal, and Gerald Green, the return of Gerald Green, coming from Miami. Yeah. Key departures, pretty significant departures there also. Jared Sullinger, one of their many rotation big men. He took the money and ran for Toronto, and
he needed to.
Evan Turner took a whole lot of money and ran to Portland. So, fellas, what do we think about this?
I think, other than Cleveland, Boston is a team that's you got to look out for.
Yeah.
I mean, what they have over other teams is consistency, and they added to those pieces. Like you said, Gerald Green, we know what he can do. He can dunk. He can run. He got unlimited. He got a lot of energy.
And sometimes he can shoot.
And sometimes he can shoot. Al Horford, very skilled big man. You can play 4 or center with him. More than likely, he's going to be your crunch time center. Therefore, you can slide Amir Johnson somewhere or whoever, or Kelly Olynyk as a 4, or or whoever. And with that, let's see, and Brown, the rookie. Basically, he doesn't have, let's say, maybe defined things yet, because he's a rookie, of course.
Right.
But he's also one of the smartest rookies. Basically, in the draft, a lot of people were very high on this young man's intelligence. So that's a lot to be said.
Well, I look at this roster, and it's a very talented, diverse, deep roster. But I still see the same issue that I saw with them last year. come playoff time, crunch time, down 1, and you need a bucket, who's going to get that bucket? Al Horford isn't that guy. Isaiah Thomas, he's tried to be that guy, but
I mean, he's going to be double.
Yeah,
Situation. He's the obvious choice, yeah.
So, I mean, so that's my only concern with them come crunch time, down 1, need a bucket, who's going to get it? But they're going to play hard. They're going to be a smart, well-coached team with Brad Stevens.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I can say about Boston because I hate Boston.
Yeah.
Well, looking at this roster, and like I agree with both of your points. Keith, Brown, everybody raved about Brown, and you are our summer league correspondent for this year. So I mean, I remember you saying that like a lot of people were big on him, and like I said, like you said, a lot of rookie stuff in this game, obvious stuff. Basically, the consistency on him is that he can get to the rim if he wants to.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he just can't finish right now.
He's in great shape.
Yeah, he can jump out the gym.
Strong.
Strong defender.
And quite frankly, I think he has the mind to get better.
That's good. And I mean, what better place to develop that than at Boston?
He had the brainwave types.
Right,
that
they
wanted.
And JB's point, yeah, that is, for a team that is projected to do so well this year, it is kind of funny that this kind of the thing, like, they're going to be monsters defensively. We know that. But who is that second consistent scorer? Now, when we were talking about kind of like hybrid lineups, dude, a lineup with Horford at the 5, and think about moving Crowder to the 4. Crowder 6'9", he's rangy, he could guard 4 positions. That is going to give people nightmares. And depending on how Brown develops throughout the year, he may be able to slide into like a crunch time 3.
But he can't shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, but shooting is learned. That's the thing. Like, shooting is definitely learned. And like I said, I get it. The only shooter that you really have on your bench is Gerald Green, and I mean,
he's a sometimes shooter.
He's a sometimes shooter, and I don't trust him on the other side of the floor. And like I said, but what I will say is that, like I said, is a team that's well coached, smart front office. It's a team that's only going to get smarter because we're going to talk about Brooklyn in a little bit. But yeah, they own their pick next year too, so they'll be looking at another lottery pick. But for this year, I'm looking at the division. I mean, and this isn't any short, to Toronto, but they had a great year last year. But I really do think that Boston has kind of usurped them, and they will kind of be the front runners in the Atlantic Division. Like I said, they're too tough defensively. They're deep. That's the thing. They're really deep. Because you think about it. You look at that bench. You got Marcus Smart, R.J. Hunter, Gerald Green, Jerebko, Olenek, Brown, Zell. I mean, they shed a big man. They still got somebody. They shed a wing. They still got people. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Jerebko is a bit of a shooter. Like, they have shooters, but nobody consistent enough to say, like, hey, Thomas is double, give me the rock.
Well, I'll say this. They're better, but they're still not ready for the big time yet. So.
I'm not, I don't know. Like I said, the big problem is there, but like I said, it's a problem they've had before with less talent, and they did well. So, I don't know. I'm really high on Boston. I think we all are. Nobody's saying that, Boston didn't make really big improvements last season, because they absolutely did. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of putting them up there in the rarefied air in the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference. So I guess that makes 3 now. So yeah, Boston. I see them. I guess I could project them somewhere in the 55 to 57 win range.
Yeah,
I can give them that. Yeah.
I mean, they do get to play the Knicks, Sixers, and Nets.
Yeah, they're going to feast on them. So, all right, well, Boston, we'll see you. Good luck. Now, you know what time it is. Where Brooklyn at?
The basement.
Well, they like basement parties out there. They still do them, right?
See? Now, all right, well, Brooklyn, and, fellas, I know y'all going to make fun of me because I was riding for Brooklyn over the summer, talking about their free agency, and you know what?
You had time to rethink it?
Oh no, not at all. I still stand by it because, like I said, I didn't grade their free agency or their summer off of what they're going to do this year, but I graded it off. Basically they're laying the groundwork for what they're going to do in the future. So like I said, This year is going to be rough, but I mean, I can see in like maybe 2 or 3 seasons if they keep on making smart moves, if they, they can retain good coaches like the one they have now, young coach Kenny Atkinson, if they can keep making smart front office moves with the addition of Sean Marks, who's a
they got rid of Billy. They got rid of Billy King.
Dude, that ought to get you like 5 games right there. So
that'll get you 5 games and save you about $50 million in cash.
So, all right, Brooklyn, your projected starters are Jeremy Lin, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Bojan Bogdanovic, Trevor Booker, and that's Brook Lopez.
The good Lopez.
The good Lopez.
Well,
yeah.
the one sometimes good,
right?
Because he's always injured, Lopez.
So bench mound, we got Randy Foy, Karis LeVert, Sean Kilpatrick, Grievous Vasquez, Chris McCullough, and Louis Scola. Key additions, we got Lynn coming in from Charlotte, Trevor Booker coming in from Utah, Grievous Vasquez from Milwaukee, Randy Foy from OKC, Karis LeVert through the draft, and Louis Scola from Toronto. Key departures, Jerry Jack left for Atlanta, Thaddeus Young left for Indiana, and Wayne Ellington left for Miami.
Took it to South Beach, huh?
So, gentlemen, what do we think about these Nets?
Oh, this is what I think. We're going to see a lot of Jeremy Lin highlights, rightfully so.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of cultural think pieces about his people out there supporting him. You might see something from the, Fung brothers, his #1 fans, and maybe some Lopez when he played highlights, and I guess Trevor Booker, and everything else is just going to fade to black, like their uniforms.
I kind of feel like this is going to be quick. Go ahead, JP.
What's that show you said come on tonight at 9?
American Horror Story?
That's Brooklyn.
That's Brooklyn? Oh, man.
That's Brooklyn.
Nice. That's all you got?
That's it.
That's all you got?
That's all they deserve.
Okay.
Well, this roster.
Well,
it's
okay.
poo-poo platter of NBA players.
Okay. In the spirit of fairness, because...
I mean, I do like Randy Foy.
Yeah. In the spirit of fairness, because we at BNBS are nothing if we're not fair. I'll say this. Now, folks, don't get me wrong. I know you're sitting at the edge of your seat thinking, man, they're going to be a playoff team. Absolutely not. But what I will say is this. Like I said, I see the makings of something significant down the line. The biggest thing, the thing that I'm most excited about, the return of Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Draft pick from last year, Arizona guy. Spent most of the year hurt, but when he played, showed some flashes of, somebody that is ready to break out as one of the next, be part of that next crop of really, really good two-way players. You can play him at 2, you can play him at 3, he can guard up the stretch 4s in some cases. I don't know,
I think he's playing for his next team.
And hey, but you know what? But that's the thing, and that's why I have to go back to like the front office situation. Right now, if I'm Rondé Hollis Jefferson, I'm definitely playing for my next team. But in the 2 years I got left for my deal, if I grow and they grow around me, maybe that's a guy that they might be able to keep. And that's what I'm saying. They're playing the long game here, dude. They're playing the long game.
Everybody that has any talent from them now, 3 years, you can pretty much roll them off the books.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, like I said, because you got Lopez, and you have Lynn, because like as you say, he's culturally going to be a big draw. But he had a great year in Charlotte. But what we're looking at here, outside of Hollis Jefferson, are a bunch of guys that, they're basically high-end reserves on any other team.
But Lynn, technically, to me, is a high-end reserve.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody else is a high-end reserve. Yeah, including
Lynn is better as not being a starter. And that's not me picking on him. He just never proven he could do it over that stretch other than insanity.
Exactly.
Because he didn't even have a lot of the endurance. He always wore down real quick.
Well, even when he was in New York, he scored in spurts. Like all those big games, he wasn't allowing 40 points in 40 minutes a night, which I guess was kind of impressive about it. He'd go out there to go off for like 28 points in like 25 minutes. But you're right. We've never seen him in the capacity where he had to log 36 minutes.
And also, he's not the best passer.
He's
a volume shooter, combo guard.
Can't go left.
Well, what I will say is this: he wasn't, but last year, under the tutelage of Steve Clifford in Charlotte, he did become a better passer, and he protected the ball like hell. That's the thing. Charlotte finished. Well, they had the least turnovers in the league last year. and that's doing that with guys like Jeremy Lin, Jeremy Lamb, and Kimball Walker. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think like I said, I talk about how guys pass the routines all the time and they improve. I always cite Kyle Korver as an example when he was in Chicago. Couldn't defend anybody. A couple of years in the TIP system with Atlanta, decent defender. So I think the same thing, we're looking at the same thing with Lynn. That time that he spent in Charlotte, as brief as it was, I mean, it rejuvenated his career, but I think outside of, reminding people that he is a pretty consistent scorer, he did improve in terms of taking care of the basketball and passing. Now, the only problem is here, he doesn't have anybody to pass to. So you got Bogdan Bogdanovic, who's a really good three-point shooter. But, I mean, he can offer a little bit on defense, but really nothing else. Trevor Booker, who was really good at backup power forward at Utah. I mean, a lot of people were saying that it was kind of his time to shine. Because the crazy thing about it, we talk about what's the boy name, Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. Now the thing,
Favors, they were loaded up.
Oh yeah. Now the thing about it is funny though, because Rudy Gobert didn't play a lot during crunch time. He didn't. They used to go with Booker and Favors to close out some games. And like I said, not a bad deal. But the thing about it was that showed people that Booker could kind of handle those high pressure minutes, and that it was at least on the defensive end, it was time for him to make a move. So I think it was a great move for them to get him. And you got Lopez. I mean, Lopez is going to give you. He's going to give you like 18 and 5 because he's probably one of the worst rebounders.
He'll give you 18 and 5 and going to play 60 games.
Right. So I mean, but like I said, that's what you got on the bench. You got Randy Ford, good veteran presence. I'll give him that. 6'4". If you're down bad, you can kind of use him as a 3. His shot comes and goes, but I mean, good presence. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, he's a locker room guy. Karis LeVert. Exciting young kid from Michigan, I believe. It was originally Indiana's pick, but he was in that deal that sent Thaddeus Young, yeah. So, a lot of people kind of, excited about him. And like I said, in today's NBA, as many guys between 6'5" and 6'9" that you can stockpile that are athletic, the better, So you got Griffiths Vasquez. I've always been a Vasquez fan, but I mean he's getting older. His defense is getting worse, But he's probably a better distributor than Lynch.
He probably should be the starter.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't
5 years ago, maybe.
No.
Today, no.
He's a little slower. Yeah.
And we got Chris McCullough, young power forward from Syracuse. A little bit of buzz about him. There are people kind of excited about him. And you got Louis Scola, who 2 years ago had a hell of a year in Indiana. Cashed in Toronto last year. Had a decent regular season, but was pretty much rendered useless in the playoffs.
Sure.
And I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be bad. I just kind of wanted to give these guys a little bit of time because it'll probably be the most you hear from Brooklyn this year. But I don't know. Like I said, they're going to stink. They're probably going to be added toward the bottom. But like I said, I have to say that, like, one thing, they're going to play hard as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny Atkinson, great coach, great assistant coach. He was in Atlanta, and he kind of has a knack for developing young talent. The two people that I kind of look to for that, he developed Schroeder, who's now the starter there, and he really helped develop DeMar Carroll before he left to go to Toronto. So, I mean, those two cases of guys that, like, could have tweeted on being in and out the league, and, he had a large hand in kind of coaching them up to be, like, pretty serious rotation guys. So, Brooklyn, I don't know what to tell you, but it'll be fun seeing you on the one nationally televised game y'all might get on a holiday this year.
No, they're going to be on, they're going to be on that late night East Coast game on ESPN. Maybe.
Right.
With the Knicks. They'll be battling with the Knicks. Speaking of which, the Knicks are next.
Speaking of the Knicks. All right, so
Super team.
The super team.
The new super team.
Super team, New York Knicks. All right. So let's introduce you to this super team that we speak of. Your New York Knicks. Projected starters: Rose, if he's still free.
Yeah.
Courtney Lee, Carmelo Anthony, Porzingis, and Joe Kimnoa. Bench mob: Brandon Jennings, Sasha Vujacic. Hey, like the fans.
That's my dog, man.
Lance
I
Thomas.
never say nothing bad about sausage.
Lance Thomas, Kylo Quinn, and Justin Holiday. Yeah. Key additions. Rose from Chicago, Lee from Charlotte, Noah from Chicago.
Like the whole team.
Yeah. Jennings from Detroit, Holiday from Chicago, and Hernan Gomez and Kuzminskis. A couple of Euro pickups over the summer. Key departures, if you want to call them key. Jose Calderon, hey Lakers. Aflalo to Sacramento. Galloway coming home, sort of, to New Orleans. Jerry and Grant, Chicago. And the Lesser Lopez headed out to Chicago also. So, gentlemen, what do you think of your new super team? Does this scream of Ray, Kevin, and Paul to you?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm screams of if this team was like 2005, sure, but it might make the playoffs.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Derrick Rose,
Uh-huh.
Melo, Porzingis, Noah, whatever. How many games do you think Derrick Rose, Melo, and Noah are all going to play in the same game?
50. Max.
82-game season.
50.
How many? What's the over-under on games all of them play in the same?
50. No way they get past 50.
Let's just say Derrick Rose skatebound this situation he got going on, and he's able to play the whole season. How many games do you think he actually plays in?
55.
I give him. No, you're right. I give him max 65.
You going that high?
You know what? But you know what?
I give 60 max.
I'm not even really worried about like his physical health. I'm worried about his mental health. You see, no.
Oh no, I agree with you.
Follow me, because
I don't think it's there.
Son of Chicago, Son of Chicago, he was like, people kind of came down hard on him, but dude, he was always coddled in Chicago. Everybody was always rooting for him in Chicago, which is the way it should be.
He's a hometown boy. We love him here.
We did, but now, like, the the New York media, we're going to eat them alive, dude. They don't care, dude. They don't care. You're an outsider, dude. Like, and that's the thing. You have to worry about it on your own bench, because best believe, Melo might be excited right now, but let y'all start off 10 and 20.
And you shooting 2 for 17 with 3 assists.
So,
looking him off while he open in the corner.
So, but me, forever the optimist, I will say this. If healthy, I could see a really nice partnership between Rose and Porzingis. That'd be a nice little pick and roll, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
That would be a nice little pick and roll.
Because Porzingis can actually develop a shot, and he can get to the hole.
Yeah.
Porzingis will bang on you.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, my thing is, and the thing is, like I said, I don't want to make it sound like sour grapes because I'm a Bulls fan, but I'm rooting for Rose and I'm rooting for Noah. I really am. Noah's one of my favorite players ever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping he's healthy. I'm really hoping he's healthy, because if he is, you know what? Super team jokes aside, if this core, which would have definitely killed, and like Keith said in 2005.
Hell, 2010,
right? In 2010, well, like Bill Simmons said himself, this is the 5-year late group. You know what I'm saying? Like the Knicks are like perfect for that. They always get people 5 years too late. So I don't know. Like if they can keep this core together and Carmelo can still feel like a big enough of a star to not throw anybody under the bus, which he's wanting to do. I think this could have the makings of a low. I mean, like eight. No.
I'm gonna look at it.
8.5.
I can't say right now.
Maybe.
I might even see them making 6 or 5, but I have to look at it.
6, 7, 8.
Only because
6, 7, 8 always be right by each other in the East.
only because that morass in the East of teams between 5 and 13 is always murky.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it's like a game and a half between.
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody gets hot, if they have a hot week, they
go from 9 to 4.
Exactly.
9 to 6.
So
all I can say as far as the Knicks, what I'm looking forward to, other than for the Porzingis God as usual, Brandon Jennings, like to see him come back, be a decent player.
Love it.
I always loved that he went to China, didn't do the NCAA route, got his money early.
No, he went to Italy.
He went to Italy.
Yeah,
and he was actually he had Under Armours before Curry, but he didn't stick. I don't know if
I
it's still
love
valid.
the Jennings signing.
But Kyle O'Quinn, man, Norfolk State, you know, always got a rep for the HBCU players. Hope he does well, but other than that,
Lance Thomas.
he's gotten better.
He's gotten better. I mean, and like I said, you know, I think what it is, and we're all guilty of it. When we're in the playoff push, we ignore the hell out of these teams. But Thomas, after the All-Star break,
He went from being an absolute scrub to being a rotation player on the low end.
oh, Keith, you speak in such glowing terms.
Look, the dude went from not deserving to be in the NBA to saying he can have a job in the NBA.
I agree. He's like, I'm giving you a job.
That is look, if you look at it
as good as it gets
in percentage growth, that's hell of good for him.
So, and the thing is, like I said, a lot of this is wish fulfillment. But and like I said, they caught flack early in free agency for like, oh, they didn't make a big splash. But I'll tell you what, the Rose trade was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't blockbuster. It was good. I'm inclined to think that the Knicks actually won it. I love the Courtney Lee signing.
Yeah.
Because they need some shooting.
And he actually, I mean, Courtney Lee has been I don't know why he keeps getting traded. He actually performs the same way every single team.
Well, and the thing is, and he's not so much of a minus on the defensive end that it negates his shooting like Anthony Morrow. Porzingis, like I said, Porzingis is developing a shot. Carmelo can still score. Now, with Hornacek being
I forgot he was the coach.
yeah, he is. You know, don't frown on him.
I'm not frowning on him, but
I was about to say. I mean, well, he got caught in a bad situation in Phoenix. He overachieved like hell. Won 48 games when in the season where the AC had 50 wins.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, like what's his face, the general manager in Phoenix completely
Destroyed the team.
He destroyed the team. So I mean, I'm inclined to think that Hornacek's a good coach. And there's rumblings that he doesn't have to run the triangle.
I mean,
so
if Phil doesn't make him run the triangle, they can run some type of offense.
Phil has lost some of that authority. I think they kind of snatched it from him.
I doubt it.
Well, what I will say is this: if this is a team that can kind of open up,
yeah, they need to
play.
run.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, you know, we bash on them all the time, but this is definitely going to be like a fringe, on the edge playoff. I can't commit to the playoffs now. It's going to be a much later pod, you know. But I will say that they'll be better next year. They'll definitely be a whole hell of a lot more exciting than next year.
They'll be more interesting. We can agree on that.
Yeah. Speaking of excitement, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's Philly time. I don't know. I didn't really have anything to say. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, you know what? We haven't gotten the editing down yet, so thank you. You're welcome, guys. A terrible pun. All right, but we got the Philadelphia 76ers, man. How excited are you for Benny?
Who?
Benny.
What up, Nick?
Shouts out to Nick. I'm gonna hit you up on the Book of Faces, man. We got to talk about this, man.
I mean, hey, Nick got me. He destroyed me in 2K. So hey, I'm in here. I got his boy, but
hey, man, fake basketball, real basketball. So on the real, these are their projected starters. We got Jared Bayless.
He's still in the league.
Yep. Keith, do us the honors.
Sauce Castillo.
Yes, Nick Stauskas. Hopefully, you know, all of those large black men aren't picking on him anymore.
Oh God.
Ben Simmons, Jahlil Okafor, and Nerlens Noel. Bench mob, T.J. McConnell, Gerald Henderson, Robert Covington, Joel Embiid, Hollis Thompson, Jeremy Grant, Dario Sarge, and Elton Brand keep getting them checked.
I'm gonna write coach next to Elton. Coach.
Really, you should.
Assistant coach.
Key additions. They got Bayless from Milwaukee, of course. Ben Simmons. Got Gerald Henderson from Portland. Got Dario Sarge. Sergio Rodriguez, who hadn't played in the league in 6 years. He's back, yay! And Timothy Luwawu. Key departures. Luwawu. Hey, I practiced it, man. I went on Google and I looked it up.
Look, I appreciate. I'm not questioning the pronunciation. I don't know who the hell that is.
All right. Key departures, if there ever could be a key departure from the team. Tony Rotten over to Memphis and Ike Kanan
I think
to Chicago.
Yeah, those are the only key departures.
Gentlemen.
I think those two should be thanking God that they're somewhere else.
Well, no, Ike Kane is going to Chicago, so maybe not.
Yeah, what you put in. Tony Roden, hey, he gonna learn from the grandfather.
All right, gentlemen, how we feel about these 76ers?
Simmons better learn to ball really quick, or he gonna get exposed because the ball is coming to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's the thing. Simmons, what, 6'8", 6'9"?
It's like 6'10".
6'10"?
6'9", 6'10".
6'10", small forward, decent handles.
Good, great
pass.
I'll just say great pass.
Great passer division, but can't shoot.
No.
Can't shoot.
In a league that
15
values now more
can't
than ever.
shoot.
Barely 15 foot.
Did you watch the games when he played against high-level SEC teams? They just backed off from him and dared him to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't take the shot.
Stag off.
They sagged off and he wouldn't take the shot. I mean, my other concern with him is I've seen him live and he's a good athlete, but is he going to be quick enough to guard the 3 position in the league?
Right now, no.
Because I don't think
not right now.
I don't think he's quick enough to guard the 3 in the league, and I don't think he's strong enough to guard the 4.
He'll do better with the 4 than the 3 to me.
And I mean, he has the length to defend the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he doesn't have the quickness.
But he doesn't have the length and the quickness to defend the 4.
Does not have the endurance.
Well, and he's 6'9", but is he a long 6'9"? Is he real leany?
I don't think he just didn't play enough defense to judge it. So
we've never seen him with arms spread out.
So if he do got it, he don't use it.
Yeah, what I'm saying, because like if he has a lack of quickness, sometimes if he's a long 6'9", that
it
might
makes up for it.
Vertically,
but
I don't think side to side he can.
Okay,
he got it.
I got you.
Vertically, I think it's hard to get over him.
Yeah.
But you can get around him.
Oh yeah, good point. And also, well, what were you thinking, Keith?
I mean, that'll be more interesting. I mean, Simmons, hey, he's gonna go for Rookie of the Year. Okafor has post moves. Don't think the man want to be there.
He had post move, but he can't cover a wet towel.
Exactly. We don't know what the hell Joel Embiid is gonna do. All I know.
But can't cover a wet towel.
Nerlens Noel gonna be blocking plenty of shots.
It's like if you can combine them two into one player,
right?
You have a fringe all-star.
A fringe all-star. Well, because and what I'm thinking here is that I'm thinking because Okafor, they're trying to come off of Okafor really heavy right now. Because that's the thing, we have to remember now, Philadelphia wants to win because Hinkie's gone. So now they're trying to win. Either Noel or Okafor are going to be gone. Now what's going to end up happening there? Simmons is going to log time at stretch 4. Because
he has to.
Well, and honestly, if I'm being completely honest, Robert Covington put in too much work, and he's actually probably the only other player on the team that's a decent pro. He deserves a spot at 3-back.
Yeah.
He does. Either that or deal him. You got to, because he put in work when nobody else would. He put in work when y'all didn't want him to put in work. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is if he moves over to the 4, you got Embiid at 5. If you got Covington at 3, you got some pretty funky stuff going on in the front court. You know what I'm saying? Now, the back court is a wash. Bayless is serviceable at best. He took the money and ran. I get it. Stauskas is trash.
But you got Gerald Henderson who can defend.
Honestly,
I don't see why he's not. I mean,
well, I was about to say honestly, by the turn of the year, I think Henderson's going to be starting.
Over who?
Over Stauskas.
He has to.
Because he had a really good year in Portland. I can't for the life of me figure out why Portland didn't just go ahead and sign him.
Because they gave all that money to
David Turner.
I mean, just so many people going to be coming at Stauskas. He's going to have to take a break on the bench.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. So, I mean, interesting team, and like I said, at least, and I say the same thing with Brooklyn, at least you see, like, the wheels turning now. You kind of see where they're trying. I mean, they still have 72 big men, and I don't know how they're going to work in Sarge. I don't know how they're going to work in Embiid, even with the minutes restriction. They have, like, 12 guys playing 3. They got Jeremy Grant, Hollis Thompson, Simmons, and Thompson and Covington. Yeah. So I mean,
bottom line for me, I think with Simmons everybody's gonna be watching Simmons. They're gonna be a little bit more entertaining, like you said. Just to play off what you said with Covington, the mystery man of Embiid.
Yeah.
Okafor and Noel. I think that's the only reason why they like slightly better than Brooklyn.
Yeah, and once again, like I said, I have to say
By
it
a
again.
slight.
And I have to say it again.
Like a .5 game better than Brooklyn.
Just because I'm just a nerd about these things, well coached. They have a good coach. Brett Brown's a good coach. He just hasn't been allowed to be a good coach. I've listened to like podcasts with the dude. He is smart as a whip. The guy, the players, even through all their adversity, love to play for him. They play hard. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, don't get me, like I said, folks, don't get me wrong. This isn't a playoff team. This isn't even a good team yet. But it's going to be a team that plays hard. I will say that about this division from top to bottom. There's going to be teams that win more than others. Boston's going to, kind of beat up on these teams. But I'm not expecting a lot of 30-point wins here. These teams are going to go out and bang, man.
This is the grimiest of East Coast basketball.
Yeah, man. This is where to get it in. So,
I don't know if you get it in the basket, it's just going to be fouls and a lot of just ugly basketball.
Yo, Noel's going to be like bossing people, dude. I low-key like Nerlens Noel, man. Like, Nerlens is, like, I'd be rooting for Nerlens on the slate.
Imagine if the Pels would have kept Nerlens and had him down there with AD instead of making that silly trade for Holiday.
I'll still say at the time they had to make the trade.
Yeah.
I don't think they was going to get another point guard another way.
But you know what? Let me see. Well, y'all don't have anybody to give away. I was about to say.
You know better than me.
I should get a second for Noel?
Nah, they ain't gonna, I wouldn't make that trade myself, bro. I should give a bum.
2K tell you, nah, bro.
I mean,
Nah, bro.
that's just failed money.
Oh, 2K, glad to see you back, nah, bro.
And I keep forgetting Philadelphia's trying to win now, so they're not going to take bad trades.
Exactly.
So like I said, folks, I will say this: Philadelphia's going to be exciting. I guess that front court, man. That front court is going to be really interesting. And I said last year that like they had the front court of almost a fringe playoff team. Like I could see a front court of at the time Covington, Okafor, and Noel playing in May. I could see it, but their guards are just trash. So I don't know, Philly. It's gonna be fun watching you. Ben, growing jump shot and some heart.
Toronto.
All right, so quite possibly one of the more boring things to talk about because they changed absolutely nothing. But when you win 56 games, you don't really have to.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna make it real quick because, like you said, boring is the key word.
Okay.
They are well coached. They're gonna play together. It's the same old. I guess Sellers are gonna bring something, and the Pope. How you say his name? Jacob Potel.
Oh, Pearl?
He's just another body. So
They
lost Biombo and
They're gonna miss
Scola.
Biombo.
They're gonna. I want to put like this. In this division, I got them too, but I think they actually slip in the play. I want to drop them in the playoff.
Probably.
Right?
No, I agree with that.
So that's all I got for Toronto. They bore me. They're a non-factor. I don't care to watch them till they lose. Hate. It's just true.
Let's be honest here. Toronto is gonna be what they are, a really good regular season team.
Yep.
That craft to be come playoff time.
Yep.
Kyle Lowry, DeRozan, all stars during the regular season come playoff time. Neither one of them hit a shot to save their lives.
Nope.
They're terrible. I'm glad DeRozan didn't come to LA. He ain't no playoff performer. We need guys that can have ice in their veins in the playoffs.
I think you might be jumping the gun a little bit, but I see where you're going.
We need some guys that ain't afraid of the moment. And,
Right. Okay.
They'll take the shot, but they don't even think they're gonna make it. I see them losing first round of playoffs depending on matchups.
Very possible.
Hot take. Remember that in a couple of weeks when we do
Depending
playoff
on the
odds.
matchup.
Okay. You're right, and it is all about matchups.
Cause think about it, they fall to 4.
And they draw like maybe Atlanta.
They could
Very
be out of
possible.
there.
Yeah.
I think they've been overachieving.
One thing about it last year, you have to remember, Boston wasn't as good as they are now, and everybody else just flat out sucked. So they got a bunch of gimme wins.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this division does kind of lend itself to that, and they will this year, but not as bad as that last year. So projected starters, the gentleman went through most of them. We got Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, DeMar Carroll, Patrick Patterson, and Jonas Valanciunas. Bench mob, we got Corey Joseph, Norman Powell, Terrence Ross or Mr. Ambrose.
Nah, that's over.
Oh, well, the ex-Miss Ambrose. Thank you for the correction.
Good job, sir.
Yeah, Jared
Nah,
Sullinger.
he I don't think he had a choice in the matter.
It don't matter.
Okay.
He had the time.
We got Jared Sullinger, Lucas Nogueira, Jacob Portal. What's the Siakam guy's first name?
It
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know. No, they're kind of big on him. And we got was it Danielle Rice? All right. Key additions, we got Sullinger from Boston and
the smart
Jacob
big
Pirtle.
baby.
Yep. Jacob Pirtle and Siakam. Key departures, Bismack Biyombo. That's going to kind of hurt. And Skolin with the Brooklyn.
If you're counting Jared Sullinger as a key addition, you did nothing.
Well, look, like I said, this is a team that like didn't do anything sexy, and I think the big thing is they didn't do anything that says, "Hey, we did this, we're gonna be Cleveland."
Keyword.
Hey, we did this, we're gonna be Boston. They did.
nothing.
I mean, I like the Sullinger pickup.
I mean, they re-signed DeRozan.
Yeah, they re-signed DeRozan. They're big on the Siakam kid. He's 6'9", rangy guy from Cameroon. Apparently he can shoot it, but I think like it's all about his athleticism. What I will say is this though, their bench guys, their bench backcourt saved their butts last year,
Corey Joseph
time
and
and time
Tim
again.
Ross, yes.
So I mean, I got to give props to them, man. And like I said, and the thing about it, I guess what gives me hope is that they didn't do anything out of the ordinary. They didn't play outside their body. They just played consistently.
Because Corey Joseph, he'll form the spread. He gonna D up like ain't no nothing serious. He gonna play his role. He not gonna be silly. He gonna do his job. He not gonna get beyond himself and think he'll 40-point score. He just gonna do his job.
And keep getting mentioned in Drake songs.
Hey, but he from the six.
Hey.
He's from the six. So I mean, that's what he's supposed to do. So in Toronto, I think, like I say, depending on matchups, they can be a team that goes from conference finals to out in the first round. But as far as in the Atlantic Division, they're pretty safe because their only competition really is going to be the Celtics.
Well, folks, we ain't gonna be too hard on Toronto. Reason why we're actually killing a little time because we don't think too much of Toronto, right, Jason?
Nah.
Carroll stepped out for a minute. He's running around. Hey, we can do that. We ain't on a real radio show. So you know what?
We jump in, we jump out. We
jumping in, we jumping out. So, brief aside, looking forward to any fall TV, man?
Fall TV, NFL.
Okay.
That's my fall TV. The NFL season is my fall TV.
Well, your team is 1-1.
NFL.
Man, I leave y'all alone for 5 seconds. Y'all start talking about football again.
The NFL is my fall TV.
Nah, we just we couldn't give Toronto any more
American Horror
time,
Story.
So we're ready to move on.
All right, so that's actually the end of the Atlantic Division. Our projections, and it didn't take a lot of thinking about it. We got Boston finishing first, got Toronto finishing second, got New York finishing third, Philadelphia finishing fourth, and Brooklyn at the bottom fifth.
And I agree with you 100%.
All right, so hey, me and Coop agreed. Season 2, man. Season 2.
This sucks because we all have the same thing for the Atlantic Division. And as a Laker fan, it hurts my heart to have Boston win the division.
Man, it's going to be fun to watch, man. So the Atlantic Division, not the most exciting division, but I'm glad we went over. And you know what? There is going to be some interesting basketball played. I will give you that.
I'm glad we got them out the way.
Let's go Southwest.
Southwest.
Southwest. All right. Well, let's okay. We all hate them. Can we just go ahead and get them out the way?
Yeah, make it quick, please.
Yeah.
The Houston Rockets. Hey, Tony. I mean, there's a couple guys on the team. Well, one guy on the team I actually like. And that Trevor Ariza, former Laker.
Makes sense.
Won a championship with us. I love that guy.
I like Ryan Anderson.
The rest of these guys I could care less. And I absolutely despise Patrick Beverly.
That's one time for myself. I see Patrick Beverly, I'm just wrong with him.
On site catching these hands. But
catching
yeah,
wrong.
I mean, what's to say about the Rockets? They shared some dead weight when they let go. They lost Jason Terry, and they let Dwight Howard leave and go to Atlanta.
They're a bunch of F-boys is what I can say about them. But speaking of Tony, he did say that Harden says the chemistry is better. Is it? Will it?
Okay, so this is what it is. I do think that the chemistry is better. I think what it is that Harden is like, oh, I don't have to be annoyed by Dwight Howard anymore.
Pretty much.
I mean, and I'll tell you what, I think just because Harden is the way he is, he'll be less pouty. And I will say this.
He's not dating a Kardashian right now.
Not dating a Kardashian.
So he might come in the league come in shape.
So
maybe.
Who knows? Maybe play a little bit of defense. All right, let's go over this first. Projected starters: Beverly, Harden, Ariza, Ryan Anderson, Clint Capella. Bench mob: Pablo Prigioni is back. All
really?
47 years of him. Eric Gordon, Corey Brewer, Michael Beasley, and Nene.
This is my question: who plays more games, Prigioni or Eric Gordon?
Prigioni. Prigioni's not an injury case.
Exactly. Gordon, you just put like.
Gordon, look, man, Gordon's the top key addition, man. Gordon.
I'll say this: maybe his body will fool itself into being the reserve he's supposed to be.
He's gonna stop pouting,
and he can just shoot threes and chuck it up.
But he actually was decent last year in New Orleans. He had,
when he played,
looked pretty cool. He didn't look bad. And my only thing is he gonna be happy standing around for 20 seconds at the shot clock watching James Harden dribble?
Well, I don't think we're gonna have to deal. They'll be dealing with that. But hold on, just through the rest of the key additions, we got Ryan Anderson, we got Nene, we got Prigioni. Key departures: Howard, Terry. Honestly, because remember, D'Antoni's there now.
Yeah.
So they're gonna run, and I think that kind of favors Harden. Now at the same time, there's two sides of the ball. They're going to be even more trash on defense, and plus, D'Antoni's not really going to pressure Harden to play in defense.
No.
So I mean, it's going to cancel out. I mean, you have two. Well, you have actually three guys that start for you that are decent defenders. Capella's a good defender. Ariza, even though he's aging, he's aging, but he still gives it a go. And Beverly's a pretty damn good defender.
So they're going to have to cover the slack with Harden.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, on the bench, none of those guys defend. Like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I think everybody's kind of scared to, like, bet against Harden and put him out of the playoffs. But I'm sorry, man. This team, by all accounts, I don't know.
Simply by being in the Southwest, they barely made it last year, and they didn't deserve it.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the more competitive divisions in the league. So I don't know. I don't know. And I know a lot of people are just kind of like, oh, but Harden's going to do this, he's going to do that. And you know what? I mean, I agree. He's going to have a pretty damn good year. He will. I'm not even going to front. But I don't know. I can't. Everybody wants to put him in the playoff picture. I'm just kind of holding up on that for now. You know what I'm saying? I really think that, like, the lack of defense and, like I said, Harden more or less being content to go for like 33 a night and lose.
I'll say this. I think as far as the only thing I want to kind of see, I kind of want just Brian Anderson to have a better year just because of everything that happened to him in New Orleans. Hopefully find peace, happiness, and all that good stuff. And hopefully Michael Beasley can stay in the league for a whole season and not have to do a China, tour.
No, he's on. No, he's in the league.
So.
All right. So now we're gonna roll along because it's not really much to say about Houston. So next up, cool. We got the Dallas Mavericks, man. So real quick, starters: Deron Williams, Wesley Matthews, Harrison Barnes, Dirk, and Bogut. Bench mob: J.J. Barea, Devin Harris, Seth Curry, Justin Anderson, Quincy Acey, Salaj Mary, and Dwight Powell. Yeah. Key additions: Barnes, Bogut from Golden State, Curry from Sacramento, Acey from Sacramento, Dorian Finney-Smith from Florida. They drafted from Florida, and A.J. Hammonds they drafted from Purdue. Key departures: Parsons went to Memphis, Pachulia went to Golden State, David Lee went to San Antonio, Ray Felton to the Clippers, JaVale McGee to Golden State. So, cool. Talk about your good buddy, your good old pal.
I think it's going to be the same old, but you know what? Hey, I love that he's causing Mark Cuban, by the way. It's causing Donald Trump some problems. I give him respect for that.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said about Mark.
That's the only thing he's been consistent with is pissing off Trump. It's gotten worse. I still think he kind of wanted to be the VP, but you know what? Hey, piss him off. Other than that, this team might do the same old last year. Kind of slip in the playoffs somehow just because of the coaching, and who knows if they make a trade halfway in the halfway point. But can Barnes find his shot?
Right.
That's the key. Barnes, and can Bogut stay healthy?
Okay.
And can Steph Curry be the homeless version of his brother?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Seth really came on last year then in Sacramento because he had plenty of opportunity to. But I think it was a great pickup, and if anything, like when people talk about how bad Sacramento's offseason was, one of the first things they mentioned is that why they didn't just sign Curry. You know, why they just didn't sign him. I mean, Dallas got him for next to nothing. So, once again, this is a Rick Carlisle team, and everybody's looking at this lineup. On paper, it doesn't make any sense, but Mark Cuban will spin and Carlisle will coach this team to a 7th seed at least. Okay. It's just how, I mean, I know, you know, the last couple of years we've looked at Dallas, we felt so bad for Turk. He doesn't have anybody around him, but guess what? They're still playing. You know, so, I mean, defensively, they're going to look pretty good. I like Bogut. I think that some of the health concerns are a little overstated. He's just kind of at that point where, like, you know what? We're just going to run you less minutes. Because honestly, I mean, a guy like Bogut, he's kind of being phased out anyway. You'll be able to run Powell for a good bit of minutes in the middle. You know, and they got the other guy, Mahiri. So, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've learned to not, like, bet against Carlisle.
7 seed max. Let's move on.
Oh, okay. All right, Memphis.
This will be up against a little bit of time.
Memphis. All right, man. Another team that, like, on paper, not very impressive, but they always seem to
Grit and grind, man.
beat the crap out of people. So
literally.
My only comment about Memphis Grizzlies are this team right here is one of the reasons there will be a lockout. The contract they gave Mike Conley and Chandler Parsons. That's all I have to say about Memphis.
All right.
Thanks to Daryl.
Big money, man. Yeah, shout out to BMI. Yeah,
Big
man.
money.
So projected starters, we got Conley, we got Tony Allen, Uncle T.A., we got Chandler Parsons, we got Zach Randolph, and we have Marc Gasol. Bench Miles, we got Tony Rodden came over from Philadelphia. We got Vince Carter, still hanging on, still making it happen. We got James Ennis, we got Jermichael Green, we have, what's that right kid?
Brandon Wright.
I think so, Brandon Wright, yeah. They got Troy Daniels, and they have
Baldwin?
Yeah, Wade Baldwin from Purdue.
Oh, they ain't signed James Baldwin?
And they still got Martin from LSU, huh?
They got Jarrell Martin. They got Deontay Davis from Michigan State.
All about Jarrell Martin.
Yeah. So key departures: Barnes went to Sacramento to get closer to the ex-Boo. I see you.
You ain't quit.
Yeah, right. Vito Udry from Miami. Lance Make 'em Dance went on to New Orleans. Gonna be doing a whole lot of dancing. And Jordan Farmar.
He's back?
No, he
left.
Yeah, he left. Yeah. So, like I said, on paper, a team that you would never suspect to win 40 games, but lo and behold, at the end of April every year, they're sitting at like 55 wins. Honestly, I think that this is going to be a good move for Parsons. I think Parsons is going to work out pretty well here.
I mean, they've always needed some shooting.
Yeah.
They finally got a guy that can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
To go with Conley.
Yeah, I mean,
they're gonna run plays for him to do that.
Right, and the thing about it, I think that like a healthy him, he's not. Granted, he's not as tough on defense as everybody else, but he won't be as big of a liability.
Yeah.
I think.
Because Mark and Zach gonna mug you in the middle.
Yeah, my thing is they just need him to run help. So, and like I said, he's what, 6'8"?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can help on a couple of positions. So and like I said, Memphis, I mean, they're a smart team. You know, they're a hard-working team, especially like that starting 5, man. I put them up with damn near anybody. On the bench, like I said, Rodden's a good gift from Philadelphia. You got Vince. Vince still shows flashes. Jermichael Green came on last year as a really quality backup big, backing up Zach Randolph, Zebo, when he had his issues. You know, they got Troy Daniels for shooting. And let's see, Boyd Baldwin. A lot of people were big on him coming out of Vandy. Yeah. Some of it cooled over the summer league, but I mean, dude, I tend not to really give a damn what summer league talking about anyway. So, but like I said, once again, going to be tough again defensively. Added a little bit of much needed shooting, and like I said, I think they're just their discipline, their disciplined nature and their toughness is gonna carry them over. And who's the new coach over there?
Coach?
I forgot. It's somebody pretty good at Adero talk.
David Fisdale?
Yeah, Fisdale. Yeah, they got Miami's old top assistant. So yeah, I think Memphis they're gonna be all right, man. I don't see a lot. I see maybe a little slippage, but like I said, with a new coach, new blood, a healthy Conley. Remember, we haven't seen Conley fully healthy, for a couple of years. And basically, Parsons getting his shooting stroke back, staying on the court himself. I don't know. If healthy, this is a scary team, dude. This is not a team you want to see in May.
Well, we're going to move on to the local team, Pelicans. I'll start it off, and I'll make it quick. I mean, they're not going to be good, sad to say, because, for one, just because of what has happened, I can't see it. I mean, they're not going to be probably as bad as last year, but it's relative because ultimately you're in the Southwest. You have to basically be one or two to make the playoffs out of the Southwest, usually, sometimes. So, check the starters. Fortunately, Holiday, when he gets back, keep him and his wife in prayer. She's going through some health issues while pregnant. She's going to have a brain surgery. So Drew, being a real man, is going to sit out for a definite amount of time to take care of his wife. So we wish him the best.
Absolutely.
Tariq Evans not going to be starting for a while because he has an injury, but I don't think you necessarily put him at the shooting guard anyway. It's getting weird with this lineup. So basically, Cunningham probably not going to be a starting three. I mean, I'm looking at
Cunningham's out too?
No, but I think they're gonna, because of the money paid to Hill. He's gonna be the starter.
Yeah.
Davis, no brainer. He's gonna be all-star again. Sheik, he's trash.
I mean,
he's just used up, man. He's used goods, and he got vastly overpaid. So good for him and his agent. Other than that, bench mob, Langston Galloway. I think he's going to be hungry, but what does he do well? We don't know. Stevenson may somehow become a starter if he gets through training camp. Key word, because he's on an unguaranteed contract. Personally, I say cut the guy next to him on his list, Alonzo G. Cut G, bring in Stevenson, keep it moving. Stevenson is better than whatever G has ever been. Terrence Jones, Davis boy from college, 1-year contract, power forward. He's going to be hungry. Got athletic ability, can sometimes shoot the three, got to put it together. Jinxa, personally to me, a Jinxa is, you can just swap him out with a Sheik or whatever. He got better post moves than the Sheik, but ultimately, he's not a star or anything. Hill, like I say, he should be a starting small forward. I think he will give them a consistent small forward because compared to being trash of having no small forward. So,
but Hill's 6'4" though.
Solomon Hill, he's like 6'7".
Oh, Hill. Oh, I thought you said Buddy Hill. Yeah.
No. Hill.
Yeah.
Moore is probably going to wind up starting as your 2 while Evans is out. Evans is okay. Hill, rookie.
But he's probably going to end up starting now.
Hill should. If he got it, and he got some talent, he better start over all these dudes. He better figure it out. So, but ultimately, he won't start right away.
So are we looking at,
And Check Diallo. I will give Check Diallo props. I think in short spurts, if any of their summer league translate, he will be a steal.
All right.
Regardless of what you think.
Screw summer league, dude.
Dude, only 2 second-round picks.
So Holiday is out for like 2 months, easy.
I'm going to give him.
First half?
If not,
man, you never know.
That's something serious.
Yeah, it's something serious.
So Evans is going to be out for like.
Evans at least maybe 2-3 months.
Okay.
And he ain't going to be worth.
Until like February anyway.
Yeah.
So don't count on him to contribute to that All-Star break. All right. So what I will say here is that, like I said, I didn't really get the Galloway signing, and like I said, I love the local boy. I love to see local boys eat. But like I said it before. I say it again. I just don't see what he does more than.
I hope he at least can run an offense because they need that from him.
Yeah.
They don't need him to score. They need him to better get the ball.
But dude, he's been playing in the triangle for the last 2 years. So, which is why, like I said, the Frazier signing was kind of a big deal.
And I think he's going to be I think he's the better point guard out of
Probably the better pure point guard. Yeah.
So Frazier, that the dude who got his ankle broke.
Yeah, Frazier.
Frazier. Yeah, I hope he all right.
But I do like the Stevenson signing. I did like that.
At least you try.
If you get Indiana land,
you're trying, and it doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
And I think he now realizes, like, you know what, I kind of need to get my act together. Hopefully.
Yeah, and I think Etuan Moore loved that signing. Don't get me started on the Bulls. That was okay. Great signing. Great signing. And let's see, Hill. Honestly, they kind of got on him pretty tough during summer league, but you have to understand.
He was double, triple team.
Exactly. So when he gets regular looks, I think he'll do fine. And I say all that to say this team is going to be bad. Again, they're going to waste another year of.
I think they'll be a little bit more watchable than last year, but ultimately it's not going to matter.
No. I'll say this. They'll be competitive in games.
Yeah.
But will they be able to close out games?
Probably not.
That's going to be the issue with them again. They're going to be competitive.
Yeah.
Because they got the pieces. They got some athletes. They got shooters. They got AD.
So basically, it all kind of depends on Hill has starter potential. If Hill and Etuan Moore are better than what we think they are, for any of them to be listed.
I mean, this is a 30-win team.
I'll give it more than 30, maybe.
I don't know.
More?
I'll give it like 40.
and that's
being generous.
And I'm saying that.
But that gets you nothing.
But I'm saying that
in the West, man, they're not winning 40 games.
I'm saying that, I'm saying that I agree with you, and I like Etuan Moore. Etuan Moore was great for us. I like Solomon Hill. I like that they had enough balls to go out and like kind of scout and like, you know what? He's not a 20-point a night guy, but we see something in him.
Yeah, we don't need 20 versatility.
Though. We need 15. Can we get 10 to 15?
And versatility and health.
Defend and rebound.
Exactly.
Health, versatility.
We need a wing that can defend and rebound.
If AD kicks it out to him, is he confident in hitting that open shot?
We'll find out.
It's good. He's going to get open ones.
He's going to be pleased. These cats are going to be open, and they better get ready to shoot.
Because what I will say, when this team finally gets together, I can see this being a team that makes a surge like toward the end of the season when everybody's back, but they're going to be so far that it doesn't matter.
They're just going to be that team that if they're healthy, they're going to give you everything they got. I think they're just not going to have enough, but they're not going to just lay down.
Nah. So that's the best we can say.
That's the best we can say about it. They're not going to be quitters.
All right. Go Spurs, go! Go Spurs, go!
You got this.
Hey, yeah, because you stole New Orleans. He got excited. I told you he's a Pelican fan, dude. He ain't gonna do that with the Lakers, man. He took over for the Pelicans.
I took it because ultimately I didn't want y'all to trash him so damn bad. I try to be positive.
Being defensive of your team, man.
You see him, huh?
Oh, my God.
We don't have to trash him. Their players going to speak volumes.
All right, man. So San Antonio.
I still love the Lakers, man.
Real quick.
Boo.
Projected starters: Tony Parker, Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard.
Same old basketball.
Aldridge and the same old basketball is going to win 60 games, yeah. Bench mob: Patty Mills, DeJounte Murray, Manu Ginobili, Jonathan Simmons, David Lee, Dwayne Dedman, David Bertans, and Justin Anderson, I believe. Key additions: got Gasol from Chicago, got DeJounte Murray from Washington, first-round draft pick. Lee from Dallas, Dedman from Orlando, and Bertans from across seas. Key departures?
Timmy.
Old Timmy.
The big fundamental.
Big Timmy. All right, and David West. So, we were talking about it earlier. Probably room for a little bit of slippage here, but remember, this is the pop machine. He's going to turn one of these guys on the bench into an absolute star. So, with that being said, I think the candidate is going to be Patty Mills. I think with Tony Parker kind of declining, Patty Mills
he's going to have to play.
He's going to play. When you think about it, like the way the Spurs play naturally, Patty Mills already plays a lot against first team defense.
True.
He plays against people's best already. So I don't think it would be as big or as scary of a transition as people make it out to be. Danny Green, for the most part, at the beginning of the last year, fell off a cliff. But he started to get it back. We're not going to see another bad Danny Green year this year.
Kawhi Leonard is MVP candidate.
If he's not top 5 on your list right now, he will be. Aldridge and add that along to Aldridge still giving you 20 and 8.
Go ahead and say it, Jason.
Hey. And you got Powell. So
I love Powell.
Powell's still putting in work. He can't rim protect worth a damn.
Yeah,
but he's still putting in work.
That's my only concern with these guys. Who's going to protect the basket?
Well, like I said, I think the Dedmon pickup from Orlando is really big. Let me say, they're gonna try to work Lee in, and you gotta understand, man. They at a moment's notice they could snag like a 7'5", 360 behemoth from like Latvia and just throw him on the roster and put him in. But the thing about it is like this for the Spurs. This is one of those teams, and like I said, and keeps about to pass out because he's sick of people talking about the Spurs. But
it is what it is, man.
Hey, man, and I'll say it if nobody else will. Just like I've learned not to bet against Carlisle and Cuban, I've learned not to bet against Pop, even with Duncan gone.
Who at this point is betting against them bastards? We want to see them lose. It's hard. I can't bet against them.
Well, the thing about it, like the loss of Duncan and like all of that, all of that defense, because even though he declined pretty sharply last year, he was still a presence inside. If you really needed it, and it showed in the last game they played against Oklahoma City, they needed Timmy. They didn't win, but Timmy balled out that last game defensively. So I think Dedmon's going to be a real big part of that. And I know it sounds funny to say now, but you better believe they're working them in. DeJounte Murray playing point guard. Like I said, I'm almost expecting the worst out of Parker. I think they're going to kind of do him on a minutes thing. Ginobili, if he's healthy, he can still get you buckets. And he's going to provide toughness.
Those three guys going to be on the minutes restriction.
Right.
Parker, Ginobili, and Gasol.
Right.
20, 25 minutes top.
Easy. And Simmons, like I said, Simmons, the young guy, I mean, I don't know, man. He's sipping the Kawhi Leonard Kool-Aid real tough, because when Leonard was on the bench, Simmons was defending his ass off. So, like I said, not as flashy. It kind of hurt losing West, because West did provide toughness. They lost Diaw too.
Yeah.
That kind of hurt also. So the thing about
Diaw was the playmaker off the bench.
Yeah. So there's a lot of questions on the bench.
Well, can Kyle Anderson fill that void? Because he can kind of do a little bit of what
he can do a little bit. But the thing is, Diaw is
so
unique.
smart.
Well, yeah, he's unique because he's so smart and he takes up so much space.
He's rotund.
Yeah, he's rotund, man. But he can move, and he can pop a shot, man. He's gonna work out great in Utah. I can't wait till we talk about them. They had a great off season. But as far as the Spurs do, even any way you cut this division, this is still their division, dude.
Yeah.
It is. Now my thing is, like I said, are we looking at 67 wins?
No.
Probably not.
Well, if we're looking at about 60 to 62, maybe even 58, they're going to
still win the division.
And more importantly, they're going to have figured out that team so well that even if they're a 3 or 4 seed, you do not want to play these dudes in late.
So for the Southwest, what do you have? What do we have the teams ranked?
Well, we got San Antonio first. We have Memphis second. We have Dallas third. We have Houston fourth. And sorry, Pels, we got y'all fifth, man.
Again.
Sadly, I gotta agree.
Yeah.
Man, I hate agreeing with y'all. I need to change something. I'm about to throw a hot take and make the Rockets win the division.
Yeah. Right. And with that,
is this the BET Comedy Hour? Comedy Central?
So yeah, man.
Tony's the one who tell the jokes, man.
Right.
He can't tell that one.
Exactly. So yeah, with that said, that's the end of our first preview pod. Thank you guys so much for sticking in there with us. Had a great time. Much more to come, man. Like I said, I've talked about basketball for over an hour straight, and I'm still jacked. I'm still so excited about this season. And we'll have this up soon. And you know what, man? Like, when y'all listen to it, if y'all want to be like, oh, Harold, you're right. Oh, Harold, you're full of crap. Dude, Facebook, tell us,
yeah.
Man. We love it. I love the back and forth. I've been arguing with jackasses on other basketball forums so hard, I want to argue with my own jackasses. You guys. So if y'all have any questions, concerns, anything, man. If you just want to flip us the bird or tell us that you love us, do that too, man. So as always, follow. We're on Mixcloud. Follow us on Tumblr. We're about to get the Tumblr game back up, real nice. You know what I'm saying? We're at BasketballandBS@gmail.com. If you want to go old school, low tech, and email us some stuff, you can do that. Twitter game is up, man. We're getting it in for season 2, man. All for you, man.
And also, you can catch us on www.theantidote.com.
Yes.
And that's antidote.com. So, they're hosting us as always, and hopefully we'll be working on some other locations where you can find us very, very soon. And no BS today. All I gotta say is I want to end with, for all those out there in the struggle, for all the stuff that's going on, man, we're here for you. We feel you. We all going through it too. All the flood victims, man, hope your head up. Two of us sitting right here. For all the people who are going through the police brutality, man, we just keep me all in prayer, man.